We got a lot to go over today, kids, so buckle your seatbelts, strap on your helmets, and take your vitamins. Let's get going. Hey everybody, welcome back to GolfTestDummy, the channel where I use my game to help your game. Just got to warm up here. I haven't hit some golf balls in a little while. And that's chunky. That's a good way to start off your practice session, is with chunky shots. That's just a joke. Anyway, listen, I've got a couple of things to go over with you today. The meat of this video is going to be about what's going on in my swing lately, and I'm going to be trying to tie together and compare and contrast some different methods to try and make sense of some of the better things that I have found across the different methods that I'm trying to gel and get to work together. It's an experiment. So the first thing is a huge announcement. You are not going to miss the next few videos that are going to culminate with my first live video. I'm not going to be on course. It's not going to be that kind of video, but it's going to be the first live video to announce the winners. There you go. That's a better way to warm up. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about the first ever GolfTestDummy giveaway. I am not a giveaway guy. I don't do giveaways. There's a lot of these channels that are constantly doing giveaways and they're trying to bolster their subscriber numbers and get more views and engage. I don't use tricks like that. If you are subscribed to this channel and you watch this channel and you're clicking on the videos, I want it to be because you want to see the videos. You want to hear what I have to say or what I have to show you, or you value my opinion on some sort of a review. That's what I want the people who subscribe and watch these videos to be interested in. I don't want you here because of some free stuff. However, as of today, when I'm filming this video, I am at 9,900 subscribers. I will have been on YouTube for 5 years. This coming March in 2024, to celebrate the inevitable 10,000 subscribers that are coming, to celebrate you guys. This is not a giveaway to try and get people to subscribe to my channel. This giveaway is legitimately about two things. It's about showing appreciation to some of the partners that I have on this channel, some of the companies that have been with me, that have helped me, that have tried to help you, saving you some money on some of the products to get you some of the golf gear you need. The second reason is because of you, your support, your subscribership, your views, your comments, your engagement with this channel over the course of the last almost 5 years. I am here to celebrate it, and I want to celebrate it by trying to give some of you, some lucky winners out there, some really nice gifts. Bionic gloves. Now, I have been with Bionic gloves for a couple of years, and they have been absolutely fantastic to me. This is just a couple of examples of their gloves that they offer. I started out with this one, which has sort of the ridges that are built up in here. And I actually did a video a while back on if you want oversized grips, instead of spending money on the oversized grips, buy a glove that has the padding in the fingers and makes it feel like you have an oversized grip in your hand. What a concept. It saves you a ton of money. Gloves are fantastic, they're durable, and you can use the codes down below in my description to save yourself some money. The second company in line as of right now is going to be Sunday Golf. Sunday Golf is based out of San Diego. I love these guys. They're really doing some cool things with golf bags. This is their Loma golf bag. You can see their logo is there, then their logo on the side. These are very lightweight, and they customize them. Look, they embroidered the GolfTestDummy logo on this bag for me. I've also got another Sunday Golf bag over here, which is the rider bag. They've got a variety of bags. They've got hats, they've got towels, they've got lots of different items on their website. They are going to be contributing a Loma golf bag to the pot. One lucky winner is going to walk away with that. I'll be announcing what you need to do to sign up and be entered in the drawing the week before the live video. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be big. It's the one and probably only GolfTestDummy giveaway that you're going to see, because I'm not all about that stuff. All right, on to the next item. You may have noticed in recent weeks that my videos, I did a lot of them out here. They were talking about different things, and they were more in a podcast with video type format. Now, there's a couple of reasons for those videos. One is because I feel like I need to get that information out there and provide it. They're not the most popular videos. They're not what most people want to see, just me talking for a half an hour. However, there's a reason that I had to do things like that to get me by to this point. You may have heard me mention that we did have some bad news. I was down with my pinched nerve for quite a while, probably 4 to 6 weeks. And then almost as soon as I was getting over that, this family, this household, took a way more serious shot than just a pinched nerve. My wife is my partner in everything. She is the sun, the moon, and the stars. She is the best partner anybody could ever ask for, without question. A true partner, a true love, and the feeling is mutual. At least she tells me it is. She might be a really good liar. But that sweet woman, that incredible woman, was diagnosed with cancer several weeks back. And it came as a complete shock. Both her and I have been relatively healthy throughout our I'm going to get this wrong, she's going to kill me, 23-year relationship at this point. Sorry. But we took her in. She's had surgery. The surgery was a success. However, she's still going to have some chemo after that. And she's doing, look, the good news is she's doing well right now. She's upstairs recovering. I'm helping her through it. I don't say this to garner sympathy or any kind of pity or nothing like that. This is not about that at all. And while I'm not really in the business of trying to put my business out in the streets, the other reason I say it is because take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Don't put things off. If something seems off, go get it checked out. We're all being stalked, constantly being chased throughout our lives by things that are trying to get us. And sometimes they catch you. And you got to do your best to try and claw and scratch and get away from the predator. So I say that to try and give everybody out there a little bit of a wake-up call. Nothing is more important than your health. Get checked out. Get looked at. If something's going on with you, if you feel something, go see somebody about it. Make sure nothing bad is lurking in the shadows, waiting to pounce as soon as your back is turned. All right, off of that, into the main part of this video. All right, so I still haven't warmed up because I've been running my mouth so much. So let me try and get a little bit warmer. Yeah, not bad. I'm recovering still a little bit from the pinched nerve. Had the pinched nerve in my neck. It took over my left side. I've got some atrophy in my muscles kind of going down here and down my left side because I did not get to use them that much. And I'm trying to build those back up. I'm also trying to make sure that I don't do anything to re-injure myself. Yeah, that's another good one. But I am trying to put myself to the test. I am trying to go through the motions and see just what I can take before I start to get myself into an area where alarm bells start going off. So what I meant by trying to put together some pieces and cobble some things together is this. A lot of people have asked me, based off of my course vlog and what I was doing in here, and then the last in the lab video that I made talking about 3 key moves. I don't know if you've seen that video, but that was a really good one. Go back and watch that one. They've asked me, what is your golf swing right now? What are you doing? Who are you reviewing? You should review this next. And I got to tell you, there may not be many more or any more formal reviews coming. Now, I say that with a little bit of tongue in cheek because maybe a couple months from now I change my mind. But as of right now, this is going to sound contrived. This is going to sound like I'm full of it, like I'm just making this up and trying to make it seem backwards from what it really is. But this is the honest to God truth. After I got done with some of these, the Golf Tech review and all of that, I took some of the things that I learned in the Golf Tech training that I went through, along with some of the other things that I had come to know about the golf swing, and trying to find things that worked. And if you haven't seen that video, one of the things I was trying to do was keep the club face looking at the golf ball for as long as possible, rather than taking it back and getting toe up or even getting open and rolling it open. I'm trying to keep the club looking down at the golf ball, and I have to exaggerate it because I've been a club opener on the way back. for most of my golfing life, but I have to exaggerate it and feel like the club face is down, really closed, in order to get it to be just a little bit less open than it was. So keeping the club face looking at the ball is number one. Number two is I'm trying to keep my swing in the lower hemisphere. Even with a driver, I'm trying to feel like the club gets no higher than this and no higher than that. Of course, that is not accurate. You can watch my swing and see it. Feel is not real, but my personal feels, which are going to be different from a lot of other people's, is to stop my arms back here when they're kind of level with the ground, and then finish them out the same way, or maybe a little bit past that on the other side. So the feel of a half swing, club face looking at the ball as long as possible, keeping it square, the feel of a half swing, but not half speed. Full speed, half swing. That's been something. The other thing I'm trying to do is keep myself facing and over the golf ball more, rather than making this big turn this way and getting away and having to come back down and get into position. I'm trying to stay at the ball the whole time. Now, of course, if you watch my swing and you break it down, some of these things aren't happening, but these are my feels, and you have to find your feels. Anyway, in doing that, I've had some people tell me, hey, that looks like some square-to-square Sam Golden method. And I've seen plenty of Sam's videos in the past. Over the past several years, I've gone back and forth to him. I've never really formally tried his swing and put it to a long-term review like I have other swings, but I'm definitely familiar with what he does and how he does it. I've watched him a bunch of times. I think Sam is just a fantastic instructor. And by the way, I mean, that dude, if he's not John F. Kennedy incarnate, several people have told me that I should try square to square, or that I should watch Sam Golden stuff, and of course I already have. And it just kind of dawned on me, I'm like, you know what, that is incorporating a lot of the square to square stuff. Sort of a half more compact swing, kind of keeping everything more stable instead of a whole lot of just moving around and changing position, keeping the club face square. All of those things definitely, and with the sweet spot being presented more to the golf ball, especially the lower the club, the more forward shaft lean you have to have, and the longer the club, the less shaft lean you have to have, sort of as a general rule of thumb. But I watched a video. It was by the Golfer's Authority. Now, I looked that channel up. Go check out that channel if you haven't. There's a guy who runs it. I don't know anything about him or his channel, but I came across a video by the Golfer's Authority in which he went to go get a lesson in a simulator from Sam Golden. Now, Sam, in the car at the beginning of the video, says, "This is it. This is the last YouTube video lesson I'm going to make." And I didn't know whether to take that seriously or not. But once I started to listen to what he had to say and the reason why he said that he was going to make this his last online video lesson, and the reason he doesn't make videos anymore, it is the exact same reason that I have honestly, little secret between you and me, I've honestly thought about stopping making more YouTube videos. I've honestly thought about it for the same reason that he talked about. And I know that sounds like BS. I know that sounds like, oh yeah, whatever, it's a load of crap. But I came to the same conclusion that he did after all of these reviews and all of these swing changes, and finding out, oh, that's not very good. Finding out what I have over the course of the last few years. And that is this. The only real fundamentals, and he said that he feels like what he's talking about breaks golf instruction. I think what he means is there's no need for any further golf instruction, that you have all you need after you understand these few things. One of those things is controlling the low point, controlling the club face, controlling the path, and just trying to eliminate as many variables as possible. And then putting the sweet spot of the club on the right part of the ball. Those are the only real fundamentals. I've made videos about this in the past. All these fundamentals about, well, your grip is a fundamental. No, it's not. No, it's not. I don't care what anybody says. The grip is not a fundamental. It may be a fundamental to you if it is specific. But think about some of the videos I've made in the past. People who only have one hand or have no hands and have to have some kind of apparatus. Think about Mo Norman's grip versus Ben Hogan's grip versus Steve Stricker's grip versus All the grips. So many people use the Vard grip. Why? Well, because it's what's out there and it's what people teach. But I use a 10 finger. Some people use an overlap. Some people use an interlock. Jim Furyk, I think he uses a double interlock or a double overlap. I'm not sure. But there's all kinds of different grips. There's Bryson. He gets this hand really weak on top of the club, and it's so many things. Your grip on the club is a personal thing. It is a personal thing. It's not a fundamental unless it's universal. All right? So the setup, open, square, closed, weight on your left, weight on your right, make sure you rotate the hips. Any of those are not fundamentals. That's your body figuring out how to do what you need to do by putting the sweet spot onto the golf ball. With the path you want, with the face orientation that you want relative to that path, and the low point in the correct spot. Driver on a tee, it's back behind the ball. Pitching wedge on the ground, it's 4 inches in front of the ball. Those are the components that are part of the physical realm of how this tool is designed and how that golf ball interacts with this tool. Those are the only real fundamentals. And once you figure out how to make those happen, the swing, your swing, will be figured out through practice and trying to do those things. Get the low point in the right spot, the club face square, the path right into the golf ball, and make sure you apply the sweet spot of the golf club onto that golf ball. If I've got the club leaning back, if I set up at address with my club straight up and down, when I get to impact, I have to be in a different position. Why? Some people, that works for them. Some people, it's like, man, I need to start out this way and then flow into it. And that works better for them. They start in a different position than they want to end up in. But for me, and apparently Sam Golden, I'm trying to get into the position that I need already and then barely move and let my swing be very simplistic. Some people like to take the club away like the OTT, Miracle Swing move from Cristo Garcia. The classics, they take it inside and then they come over the top with the hands, not with the club head. That's different. I asked him about this specifically. It's not that the club head goes in and then comes out. It's that the hands go in and then back out. The club head stays more up and down the plane square. Some people like that. Some people like to take it way outside. Matthew Wolf, Juju Swing, Jim Furyk, and then drop it in. Makes more sense to them. For me, I'm trying to set up the way I want to arrive to it because I don't have the athleticism that I used to have. But regardless of what you do and how you do it, you need to get the sweet spot on the correct dimple on the golf ball with the right path, the right low point, and the right face orientation. That's the fundamentals. And that's what he means by breaking golf instruction, because everything else is negotiable. It truly, truly is. So if you think about some of the different swing reviews that I've done, all right, think about that. Jim Venetos, the JVGA system, he has a preset sort of forward shaft lane when he pivots and then grips. He has that preset. He has the preset of the weight on the front. Well, Sam Golden has the club shaft leaning toward the target, and he's putting his back foot into what he calls a runner's block so that he rotates around that and keeps that steady and pushing toward the target the entire time. They seem like they're opposites, but they're really not. Jim's just anchoring the front and the left side, while Sam Golden is anchoring the right. But you still got that forward shaft lean in it. Now, there are those that would say, yeah, but you need to introduce the true loft. You need to let that club shaft, if you hold that lag through impact and you keep that club shaft leaning, then it's not actually using the bottom, the sole of the club the way it's intended. Well, I don't know. Most of the pros have got some element of forward shaft lean. I think you have to. And really, the reason that you have to have that forward shaft lean, not a lot of people explain this correctly. The first thing you need to do when you approach any shot on the golf course, let's say you've teed off and you're somewhere other than a perfect lie in the fairway. When you get there, you need to assess the lie first, because that lie is going to start limiting your shot options, your club options, your shot options, your shape options. Once you assess that lie, if it's not a perfect, pristine lie, it is going to really start limiting what you can and can't do in order to get that golf ball advanced forward. And if there were some rough here right now, I can't access that golf ball by bottoming out behind it. I can't. I can't really get to it that well by having the low point at the golf ball. And there's a lot of clubs that I won't be able to use because that grass will just chew up the face and kill it, especially depending on your club head speed and your strength. So that lie to be the first thing you assess. But even if you have an absolutely pristine lie on perfect grass in the fairway and you've got any club in your hand, let's just say, for instance, a 7-iron, I can't possibly get the sweet spot of this club onto that golf ball with compression and correct contact unless my low point is after the ball. You might get by with it sometimes by having the low point right at the ball. You might get by with it. You're never going to get your max distance, your max compression, your max efficiency. You're never going to get it. So you have to be catching it on the way down. Now, I've seen countless videos where people talk about make sure you hit down on the golf ball. And then I see the exact same number of videos on the opposite side of the spectrum saying you should never hit down on the golf ball. Well, I got to tell you, my swing thought right now is hitting down on the golf ball. I want to make sure that I am definitely on the way down, and my low spot is out in front of the golf ball. I want to catch it on the way down. Woo, yeah. But for you, it might be different. The only fundamentals are the ball flight dynamics and the club golf ball interaction physics. That's it. That's it. There's no need for anything else to be of any concern. Now, there are certainly ways you can optimize and maximize your particular golf game based on some swing mechanics, keeping your elbow here, making sure your head doesn't bob up and down too much, maintaining spine angle, getting your setup correct with your feet and swinging along your feet line. Don't open your shoulders too much, whatever those individual tweaks may be, but they're going to be for you. It's going to be a combination that you can figure out on your own for the most part. There may be some people out there that struggle a little bit and need a little guidance, and that's fine. That's fine. But just remember, sweet spot hits the golf ball, low point in front of the golf ball, club face staying square rather than opening up and trying to time out a flip, and then just keep your swing path in the right place. If you set up square and you notice that you keep cutting across the ball with an outside in path, well, then close up your stance a little bit. That makes your path zero out. Now you get your face and your path together. Look here, I'll close down. I'll do like that. Look at that, it's going to draw right back in. Those things are not fundamentals. They're not fundamentals unless they are fundamentally necessary for each and every person. We're talking about the universal golf method. That's it. The rest of it is all negotiable. So that's kind of my video for today, guys. I know I got long-winded. I talked a lot. That's what I'm working on in my swing. If you focus, forget all of the other stuff. Forget everything else you're working on. And just think about sweet spot presented to the golf ball, club path, and face square to each other, and then controlling the low point. Just get those right. Just get those right. Work on those. And forget all these preconceived notions of everything else that has to be. Because that's why all of these golf swing gurus are arguing back and forth all the time. It's because they're trying to tell you how they do it. You got to figure out how you do it. And how you do it, here's your secret, it's really not different from anybody else in that impact zone. If you're striking a golf ball well, that foot before and that foot after, it all looks the same. It all looks the same. Your swing is just like anybody else's. It just might have different speeds. But your good contact, your good impact, your good ball flights, they come from that impact zone, having the right path, the right face, the right low point, and just going from there. Guys, appreciate you staying with me. Next week, I hope to have some more updates on the giveaway. Like I said, I think I've got another company that's going to throw in and give some really good gifts. I'll be letting you know what to do to apply to be included in the drawing for those gifts. And it's all going to culminate once I hit 10,000 subscribers. I'm going to do a live video for you to announce the winners and give all this stuff away. Really, really, truly appreciate the 5 years, almost 5 years, the 5 years that so many of you out there have given to this channel. Thank you so much. See you next time.